What do you say? How do you say? I'm just about to see another day. I go by the name of Terror the Barber, and this is Razor Sharp Podcast. Today we at ABBS for this amazing look and learn demonstration put on by Anders and my brother Kenny Duncan. So first and foremost, my brother, I want to say thank you for taking the time out to come down here to the ATL to drop some gems, my brother. I learned a lot today.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate it.
Learned a lot.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from somebody who's seasoned.
I'm a seasoned vet when it comes to this. All of the information that you dropped today was very, very informative, not just to me, but everybody that was in here. And I'm always pushing the question of why these barbers aren't coming out to these free events. Why do you think that is?
So psychology that goes behind it. There's a large amount of access to information virtually.
Facts.
So people can actually get information while they sit on their couch. So it takes an investment higher than just scrolling to actually come out, driving your car, or whatever you're going to do to be able to get here. There are some people who came from long distances to be here. One of the first guy here this morning said he drove an hour and 20 minutes
Athens.
just to be here. So from my perspective, those people who want it are going to put more effort and energy into getting it. And I had this perspective about myself that I'm not in it for the praise, so I can't be controlled by the boos. I like to find who's a part of the tribe to focus on who God is designed to specifically get the things that's going to be most valued.
Absolutely.
So my perspective is God ordained for the people to be here, or supposed to be here, who are going to be a part of the bigger picture, which is the Be Great on Purpose movement, which is barbers banding together for something bigger than ourselves. We use the draw of meet and greet, clipper, etc. to draw people in, but the information that we all was entertained or just enamored by was literally a lot of psychological things that's going to help us to be the best version of ourselves.
Absolutely.
Packaging that up with that title, just meet and greet, wouldn't even best describe the value of the experience that people got.
It's all about the wording.
And I'm okay with the value and impact that was deeper with the group versus it just being watered down by numbers of masses who won't be active with what we're doing for going forward.
Yes, I like that. I like that. You know, me running around in this hair trade circuit, seeing you at almost every single event. You know, I've always been a fly on the wall to like really just sit back and just listen and just pay attention and try to jump and get as many gems as possible. What can you tell those barbers out there that's been doing it for 10 years plus that just feel like they're being stagnant or they got fatigue and some of them feel like they just want to give up?
Everybody has heard the phrase your network will determine your net worth. The problem that takes place when we're segregated is that our net worth stays low because of our network being low. So when we don't want to go outside of our comfort zone to build and connect, we detach ourselves from great opportunities. Every great opportunity that I've been a part of, whether it be me working with Michael B. Jordan on the first Creed and the second Creed, whether it be me working with Andre 3000 on a TV show, so working with him for 4 months, whether it be me traveling the world, working with Justin Timberlake, Adele, Lady Gaga, and Nas, every opportunity that I've had has come by way of trust being transferred to me from another barber. Whether it be working with Giveon, that was an opportunity that was passed to me by Vince the Barber. Working with Nas, that was through Marcus Harvey. Working with Ben Simmons and Rich Paul and several other people, that was Nick Costamanos. Like, I can name a barber that I built a relationship with for everything I've been associated with, that somebody's passed the baton to me. So if I didn't go out, network, build relationships, there's a lot of things that I won't be a part of. My most recent call was, hey, for a couple weeks, I need you to fill in for me to cut Kendrick Lamar's hair. Like, none of that stuff takes place without having trust transferred from other barbers. So, barbers don't want to come out? Cool. That's leaving more opportunities for the people who do, and they want to know why things or why people aren't a part of stuff. I'm 20 years in, and I'm still a part of stuff that a large amount of people just will not be because of the detachment of relationship. Will Smith has a barber named Pierce Austin. He's been his barber for 20 or 30 years. Mentor of mine. I was told by Curtis Smith that when you find a mentor, you ask them, how can you help them? And you earn the ability for them to help you in return. So I've been an asset to Pierce, and in return, he's been an asset to me. And my second time meeting Will Smith, first time we did a Bad Boys 4 commercial. I wasn't working with him, I was working with Jimmy Butler. And we meet, build a relationship, build a rapport where he remembers me. Where I'm able to say to him, hey, my son and your niece actually are good friends. And I know she lives at your mom's house that you talked about in your book. That's around the corner from me, and I've been there because I've been the chaperone for them going to go bowling and several other events. And truth be told, his niece was just at my house last night. So he remembers me based off of this conversation we had a few months ago. So recently he got a street named after him in Philadelphia. I called his barber. I said, hey bro, his hairline's too fresh for you not to be here in Philly. But we've connected in every other state at different events, starting with Long Beach show in Cali.
Wow.
Second was Exotics Hair Battle Tour in Vegas. And if we haven't gone and introduced ourselves and met and built relationships at these events, I wouldn't be able to call him today. So when I called him, I said, bro, I know you in town. He says, bro, I forgot that you're from Philly.
That's crazy.
So do me a favor. Come pull up later tonight. We all gonna have dinner. Did you just invite me to dinner with Will Smith?
Yes, he did.
So now, for those that follow me on Instagram, Kenny Duncan Grooming, you will see a picture of me and Pierce Austin. Because I didn't want to lead with the relationship with Will Smith. I wanted to lead with who I feel indebted to most, which is Pierce Austin. So if you see a picture of me with another bald guy with a beard, that's Pierce. And if you swipe, you'll see a picture of me and Will Smith.
I seen it.
Here's the reintroduction that Pierce gave. This is the blah, 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 all true stuff, but I don't care about repeating it. The thing that meant the most to me was he says, Will, this will be the guy who will cut your hair one day when I'm not available. That's trust transferred from my mentor. Even if it never takes place, the fact that I can tell you that Will Smith has gotten his hair cut with the clipper that I helped create with the Andis Company, he's been touched by KD without KD even touching him.
Crazy.
None of that takes place without networking. None of that takes place without me going beyond and getting outside of my comfort zone of my barbershop in my own home or just what's on my phone. None of that takes place. I'm indebted to the people who've come before me. I'm standing on the shoulders of all my mentors. And there's nothing I'm able to be a part of without me being able to tap in and build relationships with other people. So if you want to obtain some of the things that I've been a part of, majority of the stuff that I'm a part of, I don't even share.
Yeah.
I don't. But I'm only able to obtain and have access to these things because of me following the blueprint that was laid before me from my mentors.
Absolutely.
And the mentors that I met were at trade shows, were at barber battles, were at the events where the overly dedicated come to congregate. I call it my family reunions.
Facts. Because every time I go to a hair show, even yesterday at the Natural Beauty show, as soon as I seen people from the last trade show, I'm like, oh, and it's crazy because I said this last night. I said there's people that I've seen in passing for 10 years, and the only time we see each other is when we go to the trade shows. But every time you see them, it's like it was yesterday.
It's all love. When you walked in today, I was in the middle talking, but it was.
Yep. It's always love, bro. It's always
because
love.
of me having this viewpoint of this is my family, because we're tied together by being passionate about the same things. We get irritated with people who are mediocre at what they do.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you there's somebody that you looked at and said, yo, you have no clue how great you could be, but yada, 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 yada.
Say that all the time. I know so many barbers that's even the hood barbers.
They have potential to be freaking incredible.
It's crazy. It's kind of sickening because I see talented barbers all the time that they local barbers that's known. Yeah, you know to everybody inside the neighborhood, but your talent should be taking you further. That's one is going to bless you, but it's going to bless your family. But but because a lot of these barbers don't go to hair shows, even when it's in New York, all them barbers that's in New York, a lot of them don't leave the barber shop. They don't see it. And then the people that I do meet that go to one hair show, they get so inspired that they want to go to every single one, and they want to network, and they want to talk, and they want to learn, and then they see, oh, I could be a platform artist, oh, I could be a brand ambassador, oh, I could be traveling. But if you don't go to a show to see what else is out there, a lot of barbers only believe that it's me standing behind a chair cutting. That's all they know. That's all they seen.
Let me give you some insights of some of the opportunities that happens for barbers when they come to shows. First, people think about how they can be an ambassador for a company. My perspective is that there's so many different roles that you can play. With clipper companies, there's people who just test out tools. So forget having large followings. They just know the tools, invested into the tools, and they want to have a solid conversation with engineers to say, hey, I don't like this, or I do like this, to give insight on how they can make a tool better. That's one opportunity. So people become testers all the time. The next thing is people becoming ambassadors. People who love creating content. You're already creating content with you holding clippers, trimmers, products, etc. Make a list of all the different products that you use and figure out whether you can build a monetary relationship, whether it be discount code that helps you earn some money. People do it on Amazon all the time. Buy this using this code and I can make some money. There's multiple ways in which you can make money through building relationships with these brands outside of just the clipper companies that you're dealing with. But think about every single brand that you use that you help promote. The next thing is there's multiple different opportunities for people to be inspired to create third-party products that help marry to an existing product or brand, or to create something that don't even exist. But you won't even know what don't exist until you find out what does exist. And if you're disconnected, you won't even be inspired to think about ways you can actually be better. There's people who are consultants. There are people who help create content. There's people who focus on them themselves being hired to create the content themselves as part of the marketing companies. There's a plethora of different ways for you to take what you're passionate about and then actually be paid to actually do so. My biggest encouragement is for you to tap in to find how you can be most valuable for yourself and to others by finding what's missing, find a way to solve a problem with the very thing that you're passionate about. Take the thing that's in your hand and figure out how you can monetize it the most by answering this question. What do you do differently than everybody else? What do you bring to the table that most people don't do or don't think about or don't have a value for? Those are the things that's going to help you separate yourself, be that purple cow, and provide the most value to you and the people that you come across.
Thank you for that, because those are some key things that I feel like a lot of people don't understand, and because they're not out there to really pay attention. Like when I say outside, it's not just outside going to the club, but really being outside, meaning being in the places that you need to be. I spoke to OG Walker. He said the first time he went to a hair show and he seen that there was vendors that didn't have a barber, and he had his tools, and he had the opportunity to cut at their booth, and that was with the Black Solution people. Then he became one of their main ambassadors to be able to go to these trade shows. So I tell you all the time, if you're gonna go to a hair show that's 2 or 3 days long, the first day you go to do your recon to see what's going on and who's doing what and who don't have a representation that's gonna sell a brand. Then you'll be able to say, yo, listen, this is what I do, this is what I can bring to the table, how about you give me a shot? And then that's how you can build, one, a relationship, 2, always capture it, and 3, you'll be able to see how much potential you really have. And I see a lot of barbers that started off by just going somewhere, seeing something that was missing, like you said, see something and then try to change it or try to fix it or try to mold it to something better. And you have to be out there to really do that. So thank you for dropping them gems, because that's really needed. Facts, my brother. Thank you for always showing love. Thank you to the ABBS people for always doing what they do best. If you don't know, now you know. So this your boy Terry the Barber, my brother Kenny Duncan, Raider Sharp Podcast, and it's just like that. Peace.